ESPN FC Daily, Kay Murray, LME here to look back on the England-USA game. And joining us is Come On France, also World Cup winner, and Mark Ogden as well. So goalless in this game. Can we just kick straight off with you, Mark Ogden? Were England lucky to come away with a point in this clash?
I think they absolutely were lucky. I thought the US dominated. I thought every department of the pitch, in midfield, I think Pulisic was excellent tonight. I thought England were really poor. Midfield was poor. Harry Kane was anonymous. This was a real surprise. England was so good against Iran. I thought England would win this quite easily tonight. And anything but. England were very lucky to come away with a 0-0 draw.
Frank, let me ask you this specifically. Who just picking up from what Oggy just said regarding the USMNT and how aggressive they were off the ball, etc. England or USMNT? England or USA? Who's more disappointed with the result? Would you agree with Mark?
I do have to agree with Mark. I mean, that's obvious that we were expecting much more from England, after the first game that we saw, and from really the beginning of the game, till the end, I found a very disciplined American team. Especially when they didn't have the ball, how they tried to put the pressure on the English team, giving the ball to letting Stones and Maguire to pass the ball to each other without creating anything. It was pretty slow from England, and it became quite boring because nothing has been tried, from much the English side, where the US team did what they had to do. According to the strengths of both teams, you have to accept the fact that the US team did better than the English team because they get the draw. And we all know that England with the best team and with the best shape and the best mentality will have won that game. And it's why it's disappointing from that English side.
You feel as well, guys, and obviously we're going to talk over some of the moments in the game, but right at the end of the game, Luis Miguel, US had a free kick, and it was a real wasted opportunity when they could have made something of that, especially at that stage in the game.
Yeah, our producers were saying, Kay, how there was booing at the end of the game, and I was trying to figure out why from the English perspective, because it was so dreary, or from the American perspective, because it's that was a golden opportunity to just put it in the mixer and get a goal for the Americans. Look, I just want to say two things. Number one, massive credit to the USMNT. This is a young side, the youngest at the World Cup. Many of them, aside from maybe one, it's their first time truly in such a big game like this against England, and they delivered. Possession doesn't mean control, right? England had the most possession, but the US had the control of this game, specifically in the first half. And England were very Southgate-ish, very timid. Frigid, reactive. He coaches like how he used to defend. I'm sorry, when he was Aston Villa's captain, it was exactly the same thing. I just want to first start with full credit to the USMNT. Well done on getting a point, and you root the chance of really putting your shot in that free kick. And when Harry Maguire is your man of the match for England, it's saying a lot about this English team for sure.
So the US men will qualify for the knockout stage of the World Cup if they beat Iran in their final group stage game. A loss would mean they are eliminated. Frank, who were you most disappointed with from England? And I include Gareth Southgate in this.
Well, he would be the first to be targeted for me because you prepare the team, you give what you want them to do. If you want them to play high on the field, if you want to pressurize the opponent. So you give all the details of the scenario that you want to see being put, and you realize that, I guess, for me, what Southgate asked for his team is to be well organized, but don't take any risk. If we get a draw, it's more than enough for us because we'll have a third game with a lesser team to play against. That's what he thinks. That has to be proven. But for me, from him to some other players, maybe, because I think the level was average. It's a real disappointment because they didn't try to get their chance and get the 6 points and be at the end of the day qualified. So, I think Southgate has to be the first to blame.
Yeah, I think
Frank,
he may be the first to be happy now, right, LME? after the way it went. But you wonder, you were talking about him being Southgate-ish. Our colleague James Ollie actually put a tweet out. He was watching him on the touchline. He said that he was in a lengthy conversation with Steve Holland, needing to make a decision to change it. This is just past the hour mark because things weren't going to plan. So maybe he's come away from that. Phew, we actually managed to come through that with a point.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.